Kia ora everybody and welcome back to the kitchen. I thought today we would make something that I'm pretty sure my nan used to make years ago, and these are cinnamon oysters, and I know people overseas are going to go, ew, what? It's a cake, okay? So actually they're small cakes, they're almost like a sponge, a really small individual sponge that you can eat with cream, and they're just like, yeah, the bomb. And I haven't seen them around for a long time, so I thought, oh, let's do some of those old-fashioned recipes that we used to have. So I've got my mixer here. I love this mixer because it does all the hard work for me. Now, you're going to need a hand beater, you know, like a, not one of those ones, but one of those ones, or a mixer like this, to be able to make the egg and the sugar fluffy enough, just like a sponge. So if you haven't got one, go and borrow one. Go and borrow one for the day, and don't forget to give it back. So I'm going to put 2 eggs in here and 1/4 cup of caster sugar, and then I'll give it a beat up and I'll show you what that looks like in a moment. I'm probably going to beat it up for maybe 5 minutes, and it should be go from being go quite light and fluffy. So I'll show you what that looks like when it's all done. Okay, see you soon. That's what that looks like. Looks really good. So that's only from 2 eggs, and the volume has probably it's probably quadrupled. Yeah, that's it. Quadrupled the volume. Okay. I've got my flour and my ginger and cinnamon and baking soda and baking powder, and I'm going to sieve it in my very, very sad looking sieve that's lost its handle, and then I'll show you what we're going to do next. Okay, so bear with us. Okay. Won't be a mo. Right. So I beat up the eggs and the egg whites, and that took probably maybe about 4 minutes. That should do, just until it's like nice and fluffy, and it goes a really light color. Okay, I've got all my sieved ingredients in here. Now this is really, really important. You need lots and lots of air in here. That's why the volume's increased, and we need lots and lots of air in here, and that happens when you sift the dry ingredients. So I'm just going to pop that in here now, and using a metal spoon, I am just going to fold it over like that, okay, until all the ingredients are mixed. Can you see that? So let me do that, and then we'll get our cake tins ready, or our muffin tins ready, so that we can cook them up, eh? So let me finish this and I'll show you what that looks like soon, eh? Right, all I've got is muffin tins, okay? Not great looking muffin tins, but they do the trick. The original cinnamon oysters have a beautiful round bottom, but I haven't got one like that, so this will do. So what I've done is I've greased it with a little bit of butter, and now I'm just going to coat it with a little bit of flour in each one, just plain flour, just so that they won't stick. Okay, it makes it easier to get them out. So if you're doing any baking and things like that, then this is the way to go. Okay, so they should sort of look like that. That looks good. That looks fine. Now I've got my mixture all ready, and I am just going to spoon a bit into each one. About, I don't know, maybe halfway up. So let me do that, and I'll tell you what we're going to do after that. Actually, I might as well tell you now, eh? I've got the oven on at 185 degrees, I think it's 185, and I'm going to, as soon as I finish doing this, just chuck them in the oven for about 10 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes. So let me do that, and I'll see you soon. Right. They've come out of the oven. That took about 8 to 10 minutes, depending on how fast your oven is. And they came out pretty easily because we dusted them with the flour and things like that, so they're all ready to go. So I've split them, I've let them cool, and I've split them on the side. Can you see that? Oh, yum, yum, yum. So, can you see that? Split it like, so it looks a bit like an oyster. Ah, right. And because I was so preoccupied with other things, I even burnt one. Never mind. Right, so I've made up some cream, I've whipped up some cream, and I am just going to spoon some cream into each one of these. I tell you, my mother would love these. Anything with cream in it she loved. And then I'm going to put a wee teaspoon of jam in there as well for sweetness, because they're not overly sweet. And the good thing about like this recipe as well is if you have a faux pas like that, then they won't be able to tell because you're going to dust it with icing sugar. Sorted. So let me get that sorted out and then I'll show you what that looks like in a moment, eh? Okay, be prepared to be enthralled. Okay, my grandmother, I think, would like this, I think. Although she may say, are they burnt? And I may have to say, maybe. Okay, right, have a look. Ah, how good do those look? Hey, I'd totally eat those. I'd totally eat those. So if you feel like you need something with cream in it and a little bit of jam, something that's a little bit special but super easy to make, then this is the go-to. Okay, and it's got beautiful flavors too with the cinnamon and the ginger. So these are my cinnamon oysters for you. You're welcome, and hope you have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Ka kite anō.